Happy days! It's time for some FACEIT League. I have got, well, some Master Division EMEA coming at you here as we get into week 2. We're day 2 of week 2. I've got a banger for you today. I've got YesYes taking on Elemental Sunrise. Elemental Sunrise is the team that played as Team Gambit at the start of Season 7. Got picked up by the Elemental org and was playing just under the name Elemental for a while. But here just this week, I mean, it's the first I just saw it today. Are now have a new element of their own as they are bringing the fire into EMEA Master Division, taking on the GG YesYes squad, a team with a lot of promise and a brand new hit scan. So we'll see how they do here in Season 8. Let's start by taking a look at our standings. We're very close to top of the hour here, so I don't want to take too much time. It's early in the season. I don't really have a whole lot to show you this early on, but hey, let's go take a look. We'll talk about what we got. We've got YesYes coming in 1-0. You've got Elemental Sunrise dropped their first series. YesYes took their win, was over PoroPlays, Starbits. Ooh, that's a huge dub. Wow. Okay. Wow, that was just on Sunday as well. What a way to kick off your season. This YesYes squad were 8-7, so did barely come out positive. Couldn't really do anything with it in playoffs. Right, ended up getting 0-2 out of playoffs. You know, they may have gotten 6-0'd out, but they went up against the champions and then against a fourth place Dreamlight. But I mean, fourth place by a matter of millimeters. Margins were razor thin in top 4 particular last season. And YesYes ran into 2 top 4 opponents, round 1 and round 2. So the fact that they got 0-6 out of playoffs, it's really just more about rough schedule, right? That's tough. And I would expect them to be another playoff contender here this season. Opening up, again, a win over Starbits, that is an enormous way to open your season. Oh, man, they went fast. We're not even 1 minute past the top of the hour. We're not even 60 seconds in, and we already missed the ban. Just as we hit 1 minute exactly, invites are going out. These teams are ready to go. We got a Zara and a Deta ban. Okay, so Sunrise do ban the Zara out. We did get a side swap here. Let's get you in. I'll go ahead and shoot you into Lijiang Tower. I've got some things to fix for you. Here, you want some Preds? Have some Preds. There's some Preds. And it was a Deta ban. So no Zara Deta here, map 1. That is guaranteed. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Thank you all for being here. It's time. I know it's been a rough start to Season 8. I've had a hard time getting in the groove. I've had a hard time getting in the room, but it's okay. You know, we're gonna slingshot back. And that's all that matters. We're gonna slingshot back better than ever. You gotta believe. Gotta believe. Relentless optimism, right? 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 All right. I've been seeing a lot of the Orisa. More and more, the battle cattle is returning into the fray. Mappsy showing that here right out of the gate. It's Mappsy versus PoroPlays on tank. Well, also the eternal debate between Emre and Sojourn continues here. Zydra versus Szatan. These are definitely 2 hit scan players that have been known to take over lobbies, that have had incredible pop-off performances throughout their time in FACEIT League. Poro making an aggressive play there all the way towards Coast. Oh, and they actually get the boop on the CowBoy with that. No shot. PetitPigeoon on their signature venture to see if they can, try to retaliate. Szatan's able to clean up once, so no hit scan left in the battle, and kind of getting down to the wire. Oh, Petit bit off more than they can chew. I think the rest of the team was scattering a bit. You can see Szatan was rotating around towards main as PetitPigeoon was trying to push into the backline, so they found themselves in a 1v3. Swift step to escape the pulse bomb of jaynine. Akku will not allow you to reset. It looked funny. So this is gonna get you above 30%. We're looking at some important DPS ults coming online. Override Protocol versus Overclock. Both can be super high impact. PetitPigeon's rotated back onto the objective. Szatan emerges to find jaynine somewhere in that exchange. We will get the tectonic shock out of Pigeon. Drill dash over the wall, but immediately found themselves a bit outgunned. Now kind of back into the fray. They will get the drill dash onto Akku. Poor Poro. Poro kind of saw that happening and went like, nah, I'm gonna self-destruct instead. Oh, Pigeon picks up Chaba on the way in. That's not good. Now the protocol in play. Sound barrier does absorb some of that. Zydra's got a good pick, but unfortunately they themselves are down. So it's up to jaynine. jaynine's able to find CowBoy, who's holding on to a sound barrier. 2 quick picks. Sunrise are in control. jaynine with a beautiful 3-piece here in this fight. Beautiful. jaynine is starting to warm up on the Tracer. That was a boot from Akku. Give me a Terror Surge and just immediately slams it down to claim the kill onto the Lucio. Now, I love that move. Mappsy just runs into the middle of the Kitsune Rush. Completely devalues anything Sunrise can get out of it. You know, just very much limits that. Slams down the spear in the middle of it, even get a kill. And those Kitsune Rush fights, I feel, are so important. Winning the Kitsu fight is so important. Because it can leverage the rest of your economy. Kitsune Rush does such a good job of bolstering the rest of your ult economy. So not getting any value out of that ultimate, I mean, really, you know, your economy doesn't get that little boost that it needs. Sunrise never able to fight their way back into it. jaynine versus Pigeon for control of server. jaynine's gonna back away, grab Mega. Pigeon moves in to help the team, continues to mark the flank from that right-hand side. The rest of the team playing down in main. And playing a lot of range. Zydra, an aggressive slide in, though. Converges with PoroPlays onto Szatan. You'll get that one and CowBoy. Good opening pair here for Sunrise. Run down from Pigeon and companies. Mappsy moves to the outside. Pigeon does get taken down in the exchange. Proxy and Mappsy will retreat away, and first cap goes over to Elemental Sunrise. Round up. Halts gambling is ethical. jaynine Mafia. Oops. Well, Proxy wins it that time. Also good to see you, Prashi. Appreciate you being here, Goat. I am an ethical viewer. Oh, yeah? jaynine dancing around in a 1v2, able to dodge the shots of Szatan for now. Chaba with a continued rush right up Main Street, though. And then everybody from Sunrise trying to converge into that. Mappsy's going to throw in the Terror Surge. Jab spin and try to get away. There was just zero escape. Too much damage to contend with. Pigeon's able to trade out one on the Zydra. I don't think it'll matter much in the end. We can see Akku already going back for the taxi. Yeah, and Zydra will spawn before the rest of YesYes does. The glow on this gun is so cool. I would love to get a Venture Mythic. I know Venture's like the least played DPS in the game, so it's unlikely we get a Venture Mythic weapon, but I think it would be so rad. You could do so much with it. It's like a Zarya. I'm surprised we haven't gotten a Zarya Mythic weapon, just because it's such a huge, cool weapon. You can do so much with it. Nice body block from YesYes. They're able to flip the point at a crucial, 55% mark. Oh, Pigeon with the shock catches Zydra. Taking the Sojourn out of their overclock with your own tectonic shock. A skill that nobody can mock. And rhymes as solid as a rock. I mean, Overwatch Protocol out of Szatan comboed with the Terror Surge. I love it. I love it. The Orange Goblin in play, we'll call it. That is an ice reference, Ice Gnome. Every combo with the Terror Surge was a something Goblin. So, there you go, Orange Goblin. It's titled. Get the better end of jaynine with the blaster. Couple shots into Poro, but you've lost your Kiriko. And Mappsy is down in this fight as well. So we'll get an honest-to-God final fight for Control Center. Elemental Sunrise looking to try to hold on with this sound barrier and see if they can force over to Gardens for round 3. We're going to go ahead and drop the bait. Can they get on top of Proxy? Oh, you'd love to get the kill on a Proxy if you can. You'll take CowBoy, though. You do deny, an incoming sound barrier. The Kitsune Rush is way in the back, easily kiteable. Actually, not the greatest Kitsu, but still Mappsy and Szatan fine picks on the approach. Now Szatan with a powerful position. Good angle on point. Poor damage down into Poro. Zydra here on a Sombra. Actually came up before last fight on that Sombra. Poro will not make it back in mech. Zydra's here close to an EMP, but not close enough. You've got Proxy 1. You've got Szatan low. You'll finish off the former. Virus lands on Szatan, and Akku gets the kill. We're going down to the wire here. Mappsy on 1 health as the beat comes in from CowBoy. It's too late. It's too late to save Mappsy. Chaba on the kitty. Zydra gets the EMP in hand. Moves on to the point with less than 50 health. Oh, patience. A moment to breathe. Who do you spin this EMP on? We're down to 99.99. Poro is in action with a Wrecking Ball. Here comes the Doomfist out of Mappsy. EMP is going to land on the 3. Zydra goes down, and Szatan has got an Override Protocol in play. Trying to hit the Lucio will get the kill. Now the kitty is low as well. Oh, that's both supports gone. Sunrise, well, looking more like a sunset here in an exciting, prolonged final fight for map 1. One that YesYes will eventually clean up and close out. The Orisa coming out on top. Ooh. Okay, and Sunrise actually take us to Runasapi. Remember they banned out the Zarya in map 1. This map ends up typically being a really good place for the Zardetta. Although it was YesYes who banned the Vendetta. So though we may not see that DPS player, typically if a team is banning the Vendetta, they don't feel confident in their own Detta player. In this case, we have PetitPigeoon, who is very much a Venture player. Maybe if we see Evil come in, you know, perhaps that's the sign. And we have a lot of DPS players here, right? Look at me go. Look at me sitting on top of it. All right, so what do you ban out here? What was giving you problems? We could go look at stats. We have 35 seconds. Did you straight go for the Emery immediately? Did you just ban out the Emery? Especially on this map. I can see the Emery ban being a very powerful ban. You would also protect your Soj from Zydra if that's the way you're wanting to play this matchup. Okay, just give me a tank protect. Go back and look at those stats. That was an enormous damage output from Szatan, sitting with 12k. 12.9 is enough for gold damage in the lobby, even more than the Mappsy Orisa, which Orisa is just, I mean, pumping out some damage. Still, I mean, that Emery. Holy hell. I'm honestly surprised you don't ban that out. I think that's a mistake. I think you go for the Emery ban. Unless you're going to put Zydra on it to match it. But it's just, there's such, like, the lanes that you can control in Runasapi are so important from your hit scan. And besides, who bans Winton? What kind of monster bans out a Winton? PoroPlays 21-4 does have fewest deaths in the lobbies. Although that is, you know, it is a diva. PetitPigeoon, only 5 deaths on the Venture, though, is something to keep in mind. You know, versus jaynine, who had 9 deaths on the Tracer, right? If you're looking at the DPS line, I'm looking at 20 deaths from Sunrise in map 1. And that's something they've got to clean up, right? I don't feel like the damage, like, yeah, sure, Zatan's damage is enormous. But looking at the elims, you're only looking at 3 more elims from YesYes, right? Out of your DPS line, right? As much as they're, you know, how they get involved in the fights, how is that damage converting into kills? Obviously, damage pressure and stuff still matters. Like, there's other ways. Damage still matters even if you don't get the final blow, because you can draw important cooldowns. You can earn positioning by forcing people back, and map control is the most important thing in the game. But I'm looking at deaths, and it's 12 to 20. That is a much bigger gap in deaths than we're seeing in elims, or even really damage. 12 to 20, far bigger percentage. And I think that's what's standing out to me here, where the rest of this looks pretty even. DPS line of Sunrise has got to clean that up. Oh, hey, our statue's back. No more weird, crazy thing. We are looking at a diva defense. Szatan right back into the Emery. Oh, okay, double flex DPS look. Evil has subbed in for PetitPigeoon, by the way, so we do get Evil in, but no Vendetta as of yet. Sticking with the Tracer. Gonna try to mark these double flankers. This is Evil having their hands full. Hey, we got Biney OP underscore. Thank you for the follow. We also had EMEA coming through with the follow as well. Thank y'all so much. Says, go Evil. Yep, Evil subbing in here for map, too. Ooh, jaynine catches the one and only hit scan somehow in this dance and chaos underneath the over by the Mega, underneath the mine entrance here. And that opening pick from jaynine snowballs into what's looking like a cap. At least one tick picked up. jaynine's gonna hold Mega control inside. And we will get the car on the road. Chaba playing an Ana here. That's something you see all the time. We are running Brig Ana versus a Brig Juno in lieu of the Kiriko being banned out here from GG. YesYes. Mappsy trying to escape. Did not want to get stuck in that little cubby. I don't blame him. You gotta be so aware of the nades coming in as well, so you can't be too gratuitous with your own defense matrix. Not to mention hacks that can get laid in on top. Jaynine's gonna land a pulse. Evil doubles down. Oh, we missed all of it on stream. I'm so sorry, y'all. The defense will hold even with Jaynine winning the direct head-to-head. Zydra's still lurking. Yeah, I was gonna say, I saw Zydra flicker throw down there. That statue survived a week. It was an interesting idea. I would say it was a creative idea. You know, if I was like super into the collab, then it might have meant more, but I'm not. That was an enormous EMP. You are able to get evil with that, but I'm not sure you're gonna get much more. Zydra ends up falling. Akku kind of stayed on card duty, which kept the Brig and subsequently the Rally out of this fight, right? So Akku just never had a chance. And yeah, you get the Tracer, but that is the probably least impactful pick that you could have gotten off of the EMP. Next tool will be the Ana Nano Boost. Try to get this all in here. I know that was a little redundant. It's all right. All right, so Nano engage out of PoroPlays. See if we can get some high ground from this. You do have a defensive protocol. There goes the giant shield right in the face of the Diva. Meanwhile, Szatan looping around actually got themselves caught. So good chase down from Zydra. Double DPS, double support ults, excuse me, invested in from the defense of GG YesYes. Play some tiny Overwatch down here in the mini pack. And God, that was a lot of healing. That was just infinite healing. There was no way anybody was going to die in that room. Unbelievable. What like the orbital just came in perfect as that fight broke out in that tiny little robe. Proxy's got a rally going. Like there was just no shot anybody was dying. So much sustained. Get Jaynine to the high ground. Szatan's still the only hit scan, so trying to kind of, you know, hold this top angle is providing a lot of pressure. So that is going to definitely your target for Jaynine. Oh, actually, Jaynine ran in and got proxy. Interesting. Uh-oh. But Elemental Sunrise's attack is starting to fall apart. We're 3v3. Not a whole lot of support or sustain for PoroPlays. You need to try to win this out quickly. Divas versus Tracers on the objective. Mappsy is going to drop an egg of a self-destruct and just kind of buy themselves a little breathing room. It's actually enough time for Proxy to get back into this fight. It didn't quite go far enough. I tried to get it around the corner and it just didn't quite go far enough. Zydra will drop a two-player EMP on the back of the cat bomb. Now we're a bit of a chase here, a bit of an awkward attack as Poro is gonna get demeched and Evil will come in and help clean up. Maybe trying to force the C9 or something of the like, but no such luck. Jaynine trying to sneak in around coast. Little predictive pulse doesn't quite hit the mark. Evil, on the other hand, plants yet another high-impact pulse bomb. Proxy's going to put up the rally. And Akku's already out of this fight and taking theirs back to spawn with them. 17 seconds to go. And kind of a last chance for Sunrise to put the second point on the board. Jaynine's going to get caught. No, does not survive. Was trying to get staged for a touch. Will not get it. And we're most likely going to get a minimal OT. Not much here to work with. And that'll be the hole in point B. Sticking with the double flex DPS defense here for Elemental Sunrise.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
I love those flowers. You notice how big those blooms? Like, that thing's like the size of your head. Anyway. You look at the size of Tracer's head, and you look at the size of those flowers. Like, those things are enormous. Gorgeous. Anyway, I digress. I know, something colorful. Woo. Rotation through to high ground here, so we're gonna go take Griffin. GG, yes, yes. You can get some access to this mega here, access to, you know, kind of rotate all the way around to point B if they want to. Looks like that's exactly what they're gonna do. And we'll continue this rotation through. Playing with the bridge, you know, I mean, you kind of do want to stay a bit bunched up, a little bit front to back. With Evil more watching your flanks than I think embarking on their own. Talk about Chaba getting a lot of work done. You see, looking on this angle is so good. Look at that import in there. Help Akku to win that out. You're not kidding. Chaba actually just doing the Winston's work in here. Let's go. T-Pigeon with the ball knowledge. With the ball knowledge. Knows what's up. Chaba, that's what's up. All right. So you got to make sure protect your rotation. Everybody gets into the inside of Griffin. Same thing. No mega to play with as Zydra has managed to hack that this time around. But jaynine and Zydra are not going to get too stubborn on trying to hold mega room. Uh-oh. Akku's in a bit of trouble. The Chaba heals are so good, though. But jaynine lands the pulse. The immortality from Chaba. Is there anything this gamer can't do? Uh-oh. Evil's been able to get the kill. Chaba will force recall. Here comes jaynine back to play a little peel. But PoroPlays goes down. jaynine will fall, trying to get the pulse in the mix. GG, yes, yes, will win out the fight to capture point A. Zydra's still about 15% away from that EMP. Just a little bit of the cleaning of the high ground there from PoroPlays. They fight for the top of the AA gun. Battle's starting to move inside as the EMP is now ready to go. Zydra getting up close and personal. Has been spotted. Proxy. Oh, just pummels Zydra. No chance to even use the EMP. Chaba with an ant matrix from the high ground, and Mappsy is able to just run you off. Pushes Chaba outside of the immort. Now back up to continue what they started. Clean out anybody else that was sitting behind the window. This has so far been a successful rather successful push through point B. Hardly any hindrance for YesYes at all. Chaba's gonna make a swap. We're off the bat. We're on to the Ana. Need a good EMP. It's gonna get 3. Szatan's already down. Jaynine in the thick of things, trying to battle it out against the that backline. He'll eventually find Proxy and drive Mappsy away. Akku on C9 duty. With the tracer marked, they're not as worried. When they didn't have the tracer, when they didn't know what the tracer was, that was, I think, when the concern came through. Jaynine moves in for the pulse, trying to sneak in. He has all the way back behind him. Evil's moving back to mark them. Meanwhile, Szatan taken to the skies with the override protocol. Great shield out of Akku. I mean, blocks the right clicks almost serendipitously. CowBoy's able to throw an orbital ray onto the point, though. See if they can just bulldoze this thing home. PoroPlays be forced to use the self-destruct. Trying to get the kill, but cannot quite secure the kill onto CowBoy. Meanwhile, you've lost your Ana. Proxy returns to the point with friends to try to drive PoroPlays away. That is a 3v1. Versus PoroPlays. They're dancing around long enough. They actually get the kill on a Proxy amidst being down. So many players in that fight. What a huge effort out of PoroPlays on that diva. That was ridiculous. Uh-oh! But Evil is just going to slingshot right back onto this point, dropping both of your DPS. That might have just sealed the deal on the map. Evil's going to slide in for a quick little kill out of both your supports as well. Evil with 4 in the fight, forces the recall, forces a DMEC, and Evil will push this thing over the line. You do have a bit of a stall here from Zydra. An unfortunate end as Elemental Sunrise finished the map with a nano in the pocket. Evil with a 4-piece to push it to a 2-0 lead. That was sick. Yeah, that's the 4-piece at the end. No, this is the 2K pulse that we missed. Oh, wow. That was sick. Exceptional. Nice little triple blink to get in there. I mean, just broke the ankles of that back line. One does not simply just double blink in on Chaba and avoid a sleep dart. You got to get that third blink in there. The double blink to put them way off the angle, and then the triple blink cross to back in to put them within range for the pulse. Really smart. Really smart use of all 3 blinks. That was cool. So we head to Suravasa. Sunrise get their second map pick in a row. Ban out the diva. How about some stats there from map 2? Was Szatan taking over as much as they did previously? Oh yeah. Szatan with gold damage once again. I mean, as your only hit scan in the lobby, right? You know, it's... Szatan, top deaths on the team. And I will say that Jaynine and Zydra did a better job of staying alive comparatively, right? We're talking about how they were getting picked early a lot in map 1. And that their deaths over the opposition was kind of a big standout for us. So I will say they did clean that up a little bit. But the double flex DPS look didn't quite work. You're still not able to silence a Todd. We got to find an answer. Now, I mean, you started to. You started to. I will say. I mean, only 19 and 7, but then Evil able to come alive, right? I mean, it's kind of hard to deny the 27 and 2 there from Evil. It's 9,600 damage on a Tracer. 27 and 2 from Mappsy as well. You can hear Suravasa loading in the background. It's going to be a Freya ban in from YesYes. Going to a hazard. Okay, our first look at either of these. We've also got Lunar in the game. Okay. Lunar coming in, playing the Winton. Let's go. Lunar making his glorious return here into competing after taking a break for Season 7. 2-time expert champion, fought to earn Super Shy, help earn Super Shy their slot here in Master Division. Awesome to see Lunar kind of competing here at the highest level in FACEIT League. Absolutely deserves it. Might need a little, a little bit to get their Winston legs underneath them. Also, Winston not in the greatest spot. I mean, putting into a Hazard can be particularly tough. Hazard can, chase down a Winston, can do a lot to control Winston's movement with the jagged wall. Then, of course, just the shotgun itself can be just nasty close range. Still, Elemental Sunrise able to get 43% here in their opening efforts. But once again, seeing Szatan into the EMEA with Zydra going back into the Soj. So we saw Zydra kind of trying to play the Sombra in map 2 in Blizzard World. Double flex APS look. We're going back into a more traditional just Tracer Soj here. Lunar will fall after an evil pulse. They did some damage there. Jaynine will not get in. There's in. Mappsy able to kind of come in and squeeze them in on the flank. So a fairly apparently effortless. It appeared to be an effortless fight win. There, yes. Opening pick onto the tank will do that, right? That's a huge pick from Lunar. Keep an eye on jaynine. Make sure we got a touch. Jaynine is here. There you go, at 97. So we will get an OT. Sound barrier significantly ahead here for Akku. Lurking on the outside, needs to stay safe. Lunar at 73% is desperate for some heals. Szatan in the sky and a downpour in play here from YesYes. Did not see any efficacy really on either of those two. The Akku sound barrier is going to, allow for Sunrise to fight back into this thing, but it is messy. Lunar's able to get one. Oh, it's Akku with a nice little headshot combo. We'll finish off Proxy, enabling Sunrise to take this point back. Any chance we get a Bullskunk interview? I might be able to do an interview, sure. Like I said, I used to do a lot more interviews. I'm not super set up for it. We can, I don't know. We might be able to. Okay, and that is just going to be the cap. It felt like it might have been, at least touchable there. I don't know about winnable. YesYes were down evil in that fight. So it was kind of just up to Mappsy. I think CowBoy was also already out of the fight as well. I believe we're also seeing Akku lap CowBoy. Because CowBoy has not dropped a beat yet. Akku has. Am I crazy in that? Yeah, look at Akku's numbers. Yeah, absolutely. Akku's got twice as much. Oh, what a C9! No shot! And Lunar just punches CowBoy into the next map with the sound barrier. Holy Ajax. That's what I meant to say, not a C9. Holy Ajax. Good Lord. Just as we're looking at the numbers, I'm so sorry, CowBoy. Oh my goodness. And Lunar just posterizes CowBoy with that one. Oh my god. The Ajax of the day. I wish I had a special graphic for that one. That was something else. So Akku does lap, but does also die first in this fight. Override protocol right into the Kitsu out of Sunrise. But J9's able to close the gap and get some good damage in here. We'll follow up with a good kill on a Proxy. Ah, the Ghost melee on that for that extra little 40 damage is sick. But that also puts an extra half a clip and for the Tracer as well. Recall? Nope. Why didn't you recall? Just gonna take it. Just gonna take it. Battle of the Tracers. I genuinely am surprised Jane I didn't recall. Like, I feel like, I don't know if that was an error or if it just wasn't like, if it was a split second thing, you know, just was off by, you know, a tenth of a second or something from being ready. Beautiful headshot from Zydra. Will take Mappsy down, though. You saw Mappsy realize they needed to bail on that way too late. By the time the raid came through, they were already in spawn. This is going to be a flip for Sunrise. And one team fight from taking a 2-0 lead here on Suravasa. Really half a team fight. They will claim evil, deny some of the stall. Here comes Mappsy's Doomfist to kind of continue that effort. But look at this. It's just so Mappsy surrounded by red jerseys. Completely outgunned. We'll get late touches from CowBoy and Szatan here as well. They will have equally as little impact on the team fight. We are going straight next door to Temple. It's a great spawn for Sunrise. I can't believe we actually caught that Ajax from CowBoy's POV, too. That's hilarious. Akku is long life. This is 3-2 in sound barriers right now, by the way. And remember, you know, with the Lucio building up a little extra, you know, we'll continue to surpass. I know, that was a bum sentence. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It worked out in the end. CowBoy will actually drop this one in, but it's too late to save Mappsy. A great bubble out of Lunar. I believe actually LOS to the sound barrier. Lunar will have a Primal Rage here. First cap already picked up. And Sunrise just continuing to just take over here on Suravasa. Tell you, once Lunar gets their legs underneath them, just a mean Winston. 17-year-old Swede is the future of Overwatch esports. I'm telling you, not them alone, but is one of the next generation of amazing players. Guaranteed. Keep an eye on this gamer. Just an all-star in the making. Speaking of all-stars in the making, Zydra with an overclock. The J9's already out of the fight. Rare, yeah. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Szatan, some chonky damage off the override. Catches Chaba, helps finish off J9. I love Emery. Emery is so fun. Just such a fun hero to play. Just a Terror Surge here to work with for this next fight. Chaba with his Kitsune Rush might be able to take this over. Now, 65%. You want to look for YesYes to hold on to this point as long as they can. Jaynine gets a pulse pump kill on the Evil. That's enormous. That never happens. What an ego play. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Watch for a flip. We're going to go get a flip early. This is going to make it very difficult for YesYes to get back in this fight. They're losing players as Sunrise is building percentage. Completely minimizing the chance of a full 5v5 here at the end. But Jaynine gets run down by Mappsy. Lunar looking to trade this out. Keep it competitive. Sound barrier for 2. Sounds romantic, but is it enough to flip this 97-99 team fight? Akku's gonna die. Zydra returns. And Lunar, thinking their lucky stars, they've got some kind of backup here. Gets back onto the point at 85%. Not a whole lot of heals, not enough time to build up towards the Primal. This is Temple going over to GG. Yes. We're headed to the other side of the map. Thanks to the new spawn system, we will get another Sunrise favorite spawn. As they really needed to go Gardens as opposed to Palace. Much better chance at first cap and defender's advantage on setup. You can see Jaynine was able to position themselves as Evil was walking in the door. So Jaynine with a brief advantage on that, but gets the recall forced out early. Akku's able to find a pick, though, and Chaba comes in to help control the flank. This is all amidst a proxy Kitsune rush, by the way. So this is double support ults invested. Oh, Lunar! Lunar hangs on with the primal rage, almost getting booped off the side. A lot of guns now pointed towards the Winton. But the young Swede will not be denied. He's able to take some cover. Both hit scan ults are invested into this. Huge override protocol shots over the top, and Evil's going to drop a pulse to cancel the Zydra OC. Moving in, they will find a kill onto Chaba as well. That is a beautiful 3-piece out of YesYes. Close out this fight. Out of Evil in particular, that is. Delivering first cap. That cancel of the OC. Evil. Man, just having a lights out game. Has looked exceptional. Some massive hands on this Tracer today. That one delivers a huge pick to take Zydra down mid overclock. Landing pulse after pulse. Evil, I would love to see Evil stick rate today. That is just through the roof. That's the Chaba Kitsu. Lunar with opener. Oh, it's a low Zydra getting finished off, but you know what? It cost Mappsy everything. Allowing Sunrise to move in and take control. All doing it with only using the one ultimate. They should build up towards a sound barrier here. Ideal situations, jaynine get a stick on, you know, Szatan or another vulnerable target. Oh, they know you're there. And win this fight without having to invest your sound barrier. The CowBoy's still about 20% behind. Akku could just beat engage right here, right now. We're going for it. Oh, okay, only 3 people get beat. CowBoy gets chased down. That's exactly the pick that Lunar wanted. Looking to go find the other support. They will force the swift step out of proxy. Meanwhile, Evil's going to get another pulse. A rare miss here from Evil. And really, this is going to open things up. Sunrise avoid a big bullet. They say a bomb. Evil still on the case. Is able to find a pick on the jaynine. Look to initiate an OT. Is getting chased away. Mappsy returns on a Doomfist. Cannot make it back in time. Elemental Sunrise take map 3. For the second map in a row, we get an Evil play of the game. Downright demonic. Beastly. I still can't believe that Ajax. That was Ajax of the week. That was amazing. What a play. What a play from Lunar. And what an outstanding addition to this roster. Lunar's such a cool pickup here for this team. And kind of, I mean, truly, not kind of, truly fills in some of the vulnerable weak spots in PoroPlays' hero pool. Making the Winston on Suravasa. Making the Winston work on Suravasa. That is, you know, not your traditional strongest Winton map. You know, I don't think Suravasa, I'm going Winton, right? No. They excel with it. Tracer ban here from YesYes. Look at some stats there from map 3. Evil 26 and 6 in the Tracer. jaynine 28 and 11. Less than 200 damage separates the two. Very, very close matchup between our two Tracers there. Szatan continues to lead the server in damage with the Emery. This time 13k. Just an enormous amount of damage. How close are these deaths, though? What are we looking at? 28, 38, 39 deaths for Sunrise. 14, 23, 31, 39 deaths. Yeah, they're deadlocked. 39 deaths apiece. So I was looking at those numbers going, this looks really close. The exact same number of deaths from YesYes and Sunrise there on Suravasa. Oh, Risa ban here from Sunrise. Oh, shoot, Gambus, good call. I've been doing so good all day, too. Shoot, I'm sorry if I threw points into the ether. I don't usually do that. I didn't realize till after I closed them out.
4, 3, 2, 1. Objective
The jump up to avoid the PetitPigeoon dash through, who's now subbing back in. So, Pigeon in, evil out. Szatan and Zydra resume their EMEA versus Sojourn matchup. Looking like first fight going towards YesYes. Now, you don't have the... It's kind of interesting how one team has the Zarya but no Detta. The other team has the Detta but no Zarya. Makes for an interesting matchup. And for Elemental Sunrise, that means that you don't really have the bubbles to engage with, which means, you know, Jaynine's not like going deep into the backline here. You can see playing pretty tight around the corner. And exactly that. I mean, just an enormous damage threat on those corners. Mappsy gets the brunt of it. And you're looking at a Sunrise fight win here. They will deny checkpoint. Taking this dub in fight 2. Meanwhile, PetitPigeoon is a good engagement tool and a good bubble target, you know, to kind of help you get in, create some space, build up. You can see PetitPigeoon gets the bubble there. But nobody really shoots it. Still at 0 charge, literally 0 charge after that. It's not the same threat of a Detta where you have to burn through the bubble to get rid of it. But, you know what, Szatan in the disguise will get at least one, if not, you know, a few with the protocol. Yeah, lots of damage into that fight. And we're taking it back the other direction. So, 2 for 1 fight win so far, favoring YesYes. Will this be enough for checkpoint? That's a different story. Ketsu wraparound. Moving up into the coast side. Lunar is able to leap on to Szatan. Overclock ready here, and we should get a bot steal. Absolutely, we're going to get a bot steal. See, with everybody going coast, and just left it wide open for that steal. Mappsy's going to go ahead and throw in a grab, I believe, on the bot. We got a downpour in return. That catches CowBoy. They go down. I did not see that sound barrier land. I'm kind of curious on that. I actually want to see the replay on that. I did not see that beat land. All right, I'll have to keep an eye on the timer for that one. I'll see if I can catch that in the replay. Meanwhile, we got a Zydra overclock. Trying to take lead and checkpoint. Beautiful shot by Mappsy. Wasn't quite laser precision, but it got the job done. Jaynine with the Sundering Blade, not able to work through just the enormous amount of damage output coming in. We'll say with the checkpoint here, it's got one to give. Effort, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a wonderful stream. You had a little room to give here if you were Elemental Sunrise. Y'all go full effort if you haven't already. Szatan trying to deliver the said checkpoint. Maybe in the lead with this override, sneaking over the wall. That's a big hit. Zydra just nowhere to run. So 2 quick kills into the feed, and looking at back-to-back fight wins. Jaynine does take their toll, their pound of flesh, if you would. They don't know. Flambacks is so gaslighting. They don't know. This map is far from over. Look at that. Look at the beautiful downpour. It's gonna catch 2. Win it out against the Mappsy grab. It ends up being a spectacular 3-piece here. We're down to actually 3v2s. Mappsy's able to find a kill into Akku. Oh, do not C9 in the lead. Yeah, okay. Oh, that should be about... Oh, I missed it! I missed the Ajax! I was curious if it actually was, or if I just, you know, if the beat just didn't hit everybody, or what happened with that particular play. Seemed like a huge play. It would be the 2nd Ajax in a row for CowBoy, as far as map in a row. Anyway, back into the here and now. We're getting a tectonic shock in the small room here from PetitPigeoon, able to catch the jaynine with it. Slide out from Zydra, trying to find safety. Maybe they can retort here for this 4v5. Headshot out of Szatan. Make it a 4v4, 4v3. Sound barriers now come into play. CowBoy, oh, I mean, that is a beat for 1 out of CowBoy. Might as well have been an Ajax. You're able to get yourself out, and that is about it. Elemental Sunrise back in control and starting to increase their lead now. Mappsy has decided it's a good idea to try to match the Has against the young Swede. Jaynine with an opening pick on to Pigeon. That is a Kitsu from Proxy and a lot of low health bars here from Sunrise. Jaynine tried a little cheeky move hiding off the side of the edge there, but it won't work. The Kitsu will be enough to close this out. But it's an expensive ultimate. I mean, maybe your most important ultimate used to close out that fight. Oh, Akku. Akku just kind of got stuck there. Ends up being a very messy fight for Sunrise on what has been a pretty darn clean map. That was, I mean, just a great catch, I will say. Great catch from Mappsy. Helps secure the kill alongside Szatan. You find the Lucio early in that fight. You know, just kind of scattering the ranks of Sunrise. Now, I mean, 1 fight win, and YesYes are right back in the lead. Kitsune rush, somewhat blocked. Actually, may not have been blocked by that wall. Downpours as well as Sunderings thrown in. Lunar trying to protect themselves with their own wall, but Szatan's been able to find Akku already. 5v4. No speed in the fight, and oh, CowBoy will take down your tank. Szatan will find 2. YesYes muscle their way into the lead here on Runasapi with 75 seconds to go. Oop, that was Pigeon right there. Yeah. You checked your corners, but not good enough. Lunar will fall. Zydra tried to stem the blading with an OC. Where it looked so good for Sunrise this entire map, and then suddenly in the last 90 seconds, things have really slipped out of control. Tectonic Shock's gonna fly in 2. You catch Chaba in a corner there. That left click did connect onto jaynine. They're in trouble. Lurking up top. They're taking a very dangerous duel that Petit eventually wins out. Couple fight wins needed from Elemental Sunrise, and they're down in ultimates here. It's gonna be the beat for beat. Still, you've got a Kitsu to throw into this. Proxy into the back line. Can't quite secure the kill. It's a little bold there. Trying to see if they can maybe just win it out with a cheeky flank. Won't happen. So you give a chance for Chaba to catch up. We'll see if that was a map losing mistake there from Proxy. As opposed to just throw the Kitsu in on the front line, you try to move in and see if you can get your own kill on a Chaba. So if they can't match your Kitsu, Chaba wasn't even ready with the ult yet. After that, I'm rooting for this map 5. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Let's go. I want more of these two teams. Huge downpour, but the kill is saved by Isuzu. Szatan now with a little bit of advantage. Lunar low. Szatan pops the protocol. Chases Lunar down. The block onto the right click. Jaynine finds Pigeon. Gets into Russian now in play from Proxy. Chaba's able to get the match. Jaynine with a duplicate onto the Venture and gets the bonus overclock in play. Not overclock, but tectonic shock. And we get a second fight win in a row here. Elemental Sunrise now with one fight to go. Just sending us to a map 5. They got to get through the arches, though. This is not an easy push. Awkward does have a 30%, 35% sound barrier. Zydra with an OC. Lunar's got opening pick! Pigeon's down! The only one close to an ultimate. Lunar will go up and find another! Lunar will get another! Zydra gets CowBoy! Elemental Sunrise! They peek over the mountain and shine bright, taking us right into a map 5! What a comeback! 3 fight wins in a row! 3 fight wins in a row! And you look back to that greedy move! That greedy move on the Kiriko! When you should have just tossed your Kitsu up the front row! Nah, you had to go try to be cheeky. You had to go, oh, I can go sneak into the back line. Lost you the map! Lost you the map! Might eventually lose you the series. We're going to a map 5. You only had Rialto, Havana, and Watchpoint Gibraltar was all you had to choose from. Sojourn banned out. We are so back. God, jaynine just getting bullied in that map. My goodness. I mean, honestly, kind of the life of a Vendetta player. Everyone blame Flambex. Hey, I respect the bold prediction, all right? I respect it. It didn't work out for him this time, but I respect it. Looks like we are getting Evil back in here for map 5. Lunar staying in. From what we can tell, this has not been finalized. But as of right now, Lunar staying in. 33 deaths for YesYes. 26. That'd be 34, 38. 5 more deaths for Sunrise on that one. Of course, Szatan gets... wait. That was map 1. Hello. I'm about to say that didn't feel right. Because of the 13 deaths. Oh, sorry about that. 15. So that would have been... excuse me. So 17 and 7, 24, 32. 21, 27... 35, 42. 10 more deaths for Sunrise. Even more of a drastic difference. 10 more deaths for Sunrise in that map 4 victory. Szatan does, in fact, have top damage. Has had top damage literally every single map, I believe. Without exception. We talked about a Sojourn ban there from YesYes. It'll be a Brig ban in response out of Sunrise. They will attack first. Let's get in Rialto. Lunar back into the Winton ways. Zydra actually matching the EMEA here, where we've seen Zydra leaning into the Sojourn all day long. So for the first time here on this map 5, we'll match the EMEA that Szatan has been so dominant with as far as at least just raw damage numbers. Ten more deaths for Sunrise. Yeah. Some of that's cart management, some of that's just the timing of push. Right? It's like winning consecutive fights in push is more important than the raw number of team fights that you win. So it's you know, it's still, don't read too much into that stat, but it is an interesting stat line, you know, when you have 10 fewer deaths and still manage to drop the map, you know, that's something that makes you think if you're a YesYes fan or even a YesYes player coming back into this map 5. Oh, I owe you Prince. I owe you Prince. Hold, Prince for map 5. You can still have some Prince. I know we're already a little bit in. It's okay. Y'all can have Prince. I don't care. Five minutes to the bank with the first checkpoint picked up. Cowboys. Yeah, I feel like Cowboy's been with YesYes for some time. Didn't Cowboy may have played a little DPS at one point? I don't know if they actually flexed or was just like filling for a match. So that, I don't know. I feel like at one point I feel like I've seen all like 4 DPS players here for YesYes. So Todd gets a nano boost before Cowboy falls. One gun connection. Oh, that could have been meaty. Lunar gets the bubble up just in the nick of time to deny what would have been an instant jib and a very low Lunar. But alas, you blocked that final right click. My first comp game in the season was a draw. No, we're not in a new comp season. Maddie just hasn't played much comp this season, I think is the interpretation, right? Primal Rage up into the window. Gets slept by Cowboy, and Mappsy able to fight, too, back here on ground level. Go check back in with Lunar after waking up from their nap. Doesn't look like they fared much better, and they'll be taking another nap here shortly. Aww, EP Winton. EP Winton. Gets to rush to close this out. You do have an Akku sound barrier to perhaps hold the line. Lunar does not get the sound barrier. Just mowed down by the Kitsune Rush on the point. See if you can trade this out. Mappsy dying could be disastrous, which is why you see Proxy invest that Susie to make sure that that doesn't happen. 2 points on the board, just under 4 on the clock. If we try hard enough, I'm sure we can make that too. Or they could do like I did and go 1 win away from Plat and then lose like your next 15 and drop 3 ranks. I don't think we've played comp since. It's kind of been like, yeah, well, that just blew chunks. We don't want to do that again. Can we not do that anymore, ever? Because that was not fun. It's alright, it happens. Your duo plays ball. Hey. Goated. Goated with the sauce. Speaking of, pretty spectacular attack here. Oh my goodness, Chaba. Chaba. Just trying to hold alive back here. Hopeful. You know, Sunrise hopeful they can get one more fight for this defense. I mean, you can try to match this time on the attack, but man, this is an enormous time bank here. Mappsy's got a 5 loader, and Szatan's ultimate connects as well. This is a desperate stall out of Sunrise, but in a, hey, 225 time bank is something to behold here for Rialto.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle. Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Stop the haze.
This thing would be cool to have relevant information on this card and not just stupid stuff. Got it. I mean, how awesome would it be to have, you know, accuracy or, you know, bolts connected, even the you know, pulse bombs landed, even that stuff. I mean, you could just do basic Elin's deaths damage. Mappsy's DC'd. Mappsy DC'd. That should be a pause. Okay, Mappsy's here. Let me just lag spiked. But I definitely just saw Mappsy walk into a wall and die. I'm guessing just lag spiked. Does not seem to have DC. Szatan still look at his positioning as Szatan. Szatan is like way deep in enemy territory. Was able to get a trade out. And this kind of separates Lunar from the pack. Oh, but we're gonna get a little bit of a Charlie Niner here. Not a draw. I mean, a little Charlie Niner for sure, definitely. You had 3 people who were kind of out on a mission. And they did not make it back to the point in time. So that would have been a very difficult fight for the YesYes defense to win. But still, you know, a couple of unlucky. Ooh, look at that move from Proxy. God, Zydra down to 17 in that exchange. Let's go. You know what though? Luck favors the prepared, and Elemental Sunrise suddenly find themselves with a couple of gifts and a massive time bank as they approach the corner of death. This was in Overwatch 1, I think the most difficult corner in the game to get around. It's a little bit different now. Roll a shot to the high ground, you're just gonna clean that right off. Salvador investment, and Elemental Sunrise do find some reward for the 2 ults they've put in. They have lost Chaba in this exchange. Okay, and Proxy's able to escape. A little bit of a magic trick there out of Proxy, but eventually Lunar will catch him with the sniper shot the ult fire from the Winton. P-Zydy. Freya easy win with an Alba. That is an interesting choice of nickname. Consider rush on the point here. Nano Tracer from Evil to try to stop it. Here comes Jaynine in pursuit. Gets the kill. Szatan into the sky with an override protocol to try to stop this Kitsu. Also with minimal success. In fact, we got Proxy's own Kitsune Rush to try to stop this push. Also not going to get it done. Elemental Sunrise just overcome everything. And they are going to march into point C with nearly 5 minutes on the clock. Holy cow, we've got ourselves a map. Remember, no manual pauses as well, kind of referring back to the Mappsy problems. Cannot manual pause anymore. Time with an enormous raid. Holy cow. 187 viewers. Let's go, dude. Hope you had a great stream. Man, did Here for Views just finish up? Y'all had a 5-map banger too. Sound barrier in play. Here's too late to save Chaba. The defense will hold. Welcome to this map 5 banger, viewers. Welcome, welcome.
That's what I like to see.
Whoop, wait, no, I don't want to raid time. That would be kind of redundant, wouldn't it? I want a shout out time. And appreciation for the awesome raid. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. If you're not following time, do so now. Let's go. 302 viewers. Wow. Wow, what are y'all doing here? Amazing. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. All right. Szatan, see if they can put an end to this attack. Catches Akku just point blank. Cool. Please. I mean, Akku just got disintegrated. Like, have y'all seen Watchmen, you know, where Rorschach gets destroyed and blasted into the snow? Like, I think that's what was left. That's what was left of Akku after that. My goodness. $240 to $225 in time bank right now as Lunar leaps in with the primal. Gonna catch the taunt immediately out of the gate. Evil Pulse doesn't connect. Let's touch back with that primal. Oh, the Ajax! Oh my god! CowBoy lands that beat some way, somehow. Lunar, I mean, saw it, called it. Nobody can get it. Here comes Mappsy trying to see if they can just stem the blading. Create a little bit of space. Zydra retorts with a bola shot. Significant damage, but Mappsy still stands. Heals coming through. Jaynine in a bit of trouble. Playing on the outside. Keeps Evil at bay. Akku goes down. A 40-second fight before anybody even falls, but eventually the defense will stop this attack. Will stop the line. My goodness. Y'all didn't play today? Oh, okay, okay. Oh, yeah, it's Tuesday, duh. It's Tuesday. Hello. Y'all don't play till tomorrow. I knew that. I knew that. I was just testing you. I was just testing you. Just the timing was too perfect, you know? Timing was too good. Akku drops a bait for 2. Zydra with a Cassidy swap. Kind of meets their match here. And the fight kind of taking place. I mean, this fight taking place outside of the monastery where we eventually start pushing in. Kills in Elemental Sunrise's favor, but do they have enough to push this home? 3 on the cart. Do we get a touch? No touch. Still, what was looking like it could have been a comparable, if not an even larger time bank for Sunrise, is whittled down significantly. They will go back on the attack in the hopes of completing this reverse sweep. Just going into the fundamental. That is Diva. Well, an Emery variation of the fundamental. Emery tray with Lucio, Curie, and a Diva. Here to lock it down defensively. Jaynine. Looking for an opening pick here towards that high ground. All right, 60 seconds to play with. Show me what you got, Elemental Sunrise. Szatan already has some early meaty damage. Greets Lunar with a volley of headshots. Lunar immediately drops back down. Escort the cart here to this first corner and start fighting for access to the courtyard. This is going to put a lot of weight on Zydra's shoulders. Connect some of these bolts. You can hear Evil lurking behind. Evil's had one spectacular game. Sub back in here for this map 5. High ground hole for now. Lunar comes back, gets the touch. We will get an OT. Jumps back up to the high ground. Just trying to buy as much time as I can. Look at the burst damage! Oh my gosh! That is one dead monkey. Now suddenly a lot of pressure for jaynine to try to hold this cart. And that's just gonna do it. Elemental Sunrise hoping that meager push will be enough to steal away this series. Rins to you. Thank you for the follow.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
That's that damn submarine. So we're going to get the Czar data to hold. This is the first time seeing this look out of Elemental Sunrise today, so, you know, perhaps just something new, something different, something that YesYes haven't had to contend with yet today. A raw Czar data composition. Damage for days. Trying to hold alive. Defense needs to be perfect for 2.5. Let's say YesYes have broken that momentum we were talking about coming into map 5. Let's see if they can ride it these few precious meters needed. Only one team fight for the attackers to complete the series. I'd say 3 for the defense. Fight getting just nitty-gritty on this corner already. Zydra's in trouble. Zydra's down. Szatan, your damage leader all day long. Layers in with a precious kill onto the Kitsu, onto the Kiriko. And that just means there's no leg to stand on. The defense crumbles. YesYes deny the reverse sweep.
Play of the game.
Sunrise will move to 0-2 on the season with a heartbreaker here today. Once again, you get Szatan leading the server in damage. Zatan's got to be your player of the match, right? I mean, just the enormous damage output on the day. I mean, without exception, your damage leader for all 5 maps. Was always a threat. I mean, look at Zatan's damage output. I mean, still, Zydra put out significant damage on the Emery. But Szatan just with one of those performances. Evil also had an outstanding day. But I think Szatan, your player of the match here in this map 5 banger. Wow. Wow, what a good one. What a good one. Let's see, your total damage in 5 maps. This is gonna be good. That is 60. I didn't even want to say it. 67,000 damage for Szatan over the course of 5 maps. Memes aside, that's insane. 67,000 damage in 5 maps. That's insane. Incredible.